Hi, Jason Knott, editor of CEPro, and today I'm with Shalom Iluz, the president of SeeLess Solutions. Hi, Shalom.
Hi, Jason.
Hey, thanks for joining me today. We're talking about, a really hot category that you are really one of the most knowledgeable people about, which is lighting. So SeeLess makes products that quote unquote hide switches and wireless access points, and your newest product is one particularly for cove lighting. So tell us from your experience as an integrator, first of all, why is cove lighting such an enhancing element to bring to a home, whether it be in a kitchen, a bathroom, or other room? And then tell us specifically about your gypsum product that's designed to hide the cove lighting.
Yeah, so cove lighting is really indirect lighting, essentially, and with the availability of tape lighting and with the popularity of tape lighting over the years, it's a very flexible product that's not that very expensive, that could be installed in many locations, right? So it used to be just under counter lighting and above counter lighting, but it expanded into a lot more than that. Now you see pretty much tape lights installed in so many applications. So the same approach that I took with the other products is people want to use it, but now they have to use all these aluminum channels or all these lensing materials to be able to hide that, right? Because it's not a pretty thing to see. It's beautiful to light it, but when you have to see the light source, that becomes a problem. So SeeLess took the same approach. So how can we take the beautiful gypsum product and allow tape lighting to be installed in different applications that will make it look beautiful and enhance the look of the space, but then not be obtrusive. So this is where we came about. Now, cove lighting in our industry, it's something that is a beautiful touch, right? It's layered lighting. So it's another layer of lighting. Architectural downlights are designed to downlight a space, where now you want to start introducing layered lighting. So that goes into tape lighting. And coves are the next natural space where you could implement indirect lighting. So in order to create that element, what you essentially have to do is it's called a reverse cove, where you literally have to drop down an entire ceiling to create a cavity up above it in order to put the tape light in. So that requires a lot of effort and a lot of cost to do so. So that's where our solution came about. Is I looked into, crown molding, which is an old aesthetic that's been used for many years. But as houses get modernized, less and less crowns become available, right? It doesn't really suit the aesthetic of the space. So I took that concept and I really wanted to implement a crown cove. So it's a crown molding channel that gets completely embedded into the space. It doesn't require any special framing, that could be installed as a retrofit or in a new construction, and then give you that clean crown look. But because it's gypsum, and once you blend it in, it just blends into the space. It doesn't have a Gothic look to it, right? It's a very clean line, and it's beautiful when it's off, because 99% of the time during the day, you're not going to have these lights on. So you want it to look beautiful, right? And then at nighttime, or whenever the space gets a little bit darker and you want to incorporate the indirect lighting, now you turn that on and people will say, oh, wow, I didn't even realize it was there most of the time. And that's the idea of the SeeLess Crown Cove. So beautifully implemented. And then another advantage to our crown coves is an afterthought. So a lot of times in secondary bedrooms and other spaces where maybe the budget doesn't allow, a lot of jobs tend to value engineer the ability to create these coves or lower the ceilings because of the expense. So SeeLess becomes a great way to incorporate the crown cove without the construction expense.
Yeah, and it sounds like it could work in existing homes too, not necessarily even just new homes. You could come in, as you say, an afterthought and say, we can enhance the lighting in here with this product.
Exactly. And also in high-end condominiums, hospitality, hotels. So if you travel a lot, so you probably stay in a lot of hotels. And if you look at every hotel room, the way it's built today is you always have a drop ceiling in the entry. This is where you have a recessed light. This is where they put the air conditioning vents. And then once you get into the room, they don't want to lose the height of the ceiling. So they go to full height, but there's never lighting in these spaces because they don't have space in the ceiling to incorporate a downlight. So typically you have to reside to a lamp on a table or a lamp on a desk in order to get your lights on. So, and that's because everything is, tilt up concrete and it's just concrete in between the floors. So having the ability to retrofit that into these spaces, and then the cove itself allows you to run the wire behind it. So you don't even have to drill through around the perimeter of the room. You really just got to figure out where you end up powering it and just get a wire to that location. So it makes it very easy to retrofit.
Is there any sort of special expertise or training or tooling that an integrator might need to use this product that they may not be using now?
No, I mean, the integrator would probably come up with the idea and sell the concept on that. The implementation of it's gypsum. So it's a drywall, it's a drywall installation essentially. So most of the time the integrator will spec the product, spec the light source, because we don't sell the light source. We're, product agnostic. So whoever you'd like to use as a tape light source, whether it's a different color temperature or color changing. So we don't limit the integrator to that. Everybody can work with what they prefer. And then typically they would hand that to the contractor, drywall contractor, and just explain them what to do. And most of the time when we're showing that to the drywallers, they kind of figure it out. They look at it and say, okay, this is pretty typical. I get it. I'm
glad you said that, because I can tell you how many inside corners I've messed up with cove molding, trying to do with the chop saw and got it backwards. Sometimes it can be tricky, but if somebody who's got the skill set, they know how to do it right away.
Yeah, so the gypsum can be cut, right? Just like you were to miter corners. And because of that reason, we actually created corners, pre-made corners. So we have pre-made corners in 90 degrees. We have a product that goes in the crown, but we also have a product that goes in between the walls. So we have wall transitions if you wanted to create a 90-degree L, or if you wanted to return left, one to return right. We also have end caps. So we try to think of all these challenges that they have in the field and always facilitate the installation of it. That's where, being in the industry for such a long time, if we make something too hard for people to do, then they tend not to push the product or do it. So we try to really think about all these situations and then create solutions that assist in the implementation of the product.
I loved your analogy there, talking about the hotel room and how you search around and turn every light on in the room and it's still not bright enough. But what's the best way for an integrator to demo or showcase this solution? Yeah, so we do have showroom discounts and stuff like that. If an integrator does have a showroom, I think lighting is a visual product, right? So you want to be able to show it. So if they want to install it, or they could install it in a space, that's great. We try to create a lot of videos with our own installations. So that's also available. And I would say, even having a sample piece of the product, which, a lot of times we cut small pieces, like 12-inch sections that they can take with them to a job site. And you can literally just hold it in a corner and people understand what they're looking at. All right, fantastic. So if an integrator wants to find out more about SeeLess Solutions, what should he or she do? Definitely SeeLess.com, our website, SeeLess.com. We have a resource tab over there. There's a lot of videos. We have Elena on our team, which is the national sales manager. She's very hands-on. We have a whole skew of reps around the country that are there to provide local support. And then we have, technical stuff that can assist with the installation of it. So definitely start with the website, learn a little bit more about the product, see some of the videos, reach out to us, let us know how we can help you be successful. I think it's a perfect product that goes hand in hand with this hot lighting category. So Shalom, thanks for joining CEPro today. Thank you, my pleasure.